Hey, what's up guys? It's Reflex, and today I'm going to be making a video on my everyday carry, or EDC, in terms of like pens and pencils, that kind of thing. So there are actually 3 levels to this. This is the first one, like my bare essentials. This always comes with me if I'm going outside of the house, and it's just like everything I need, nothing that I don't. Like, I have to have these bare minimum. I don't know how to better say that. So this is like a little rifle case I got on Amazon. Everything I talk about will be listed in the description, but it's supposed to look like this. It's supposed to have this foam for one pencil or one pen, but the one I got was completely empty on the inside. So I took some bubble mailer envelopes and cut them up and made my own padding. So here we go. First up is the Tombow Mono 1 Air Touch. It takes like no force to erase. I don't think they make these anymore, but I think you can buy like a block version. Absolutely love this. Can't imagine bringing a pencil anywhere without this. Then we also have some 0.5 HB Delgard lead. I think it's just a little bit harder. You could use it in any pencil. You can use any lead in a Delgard as well, but I just happen to have this. And it's like nice and thin, so it works perfectly in this little tiny case. Then I have a tiny Kershaw Ember. It's just really tiny and it fits in here, and it helps if I need to open any boxes or anything like that. And it's super tiny. I mean, we can look at the next thing, which is a Parker Jotter. It's a tiny little knife. So this is a pastel pink. It looks like it's got ink on it, but it's a Parker Jotter. It's part of the 3-pen pastel set I got from Walmart. It has pink, blue, and yellow. I gave the blue and yellow ones away, and I kept the purple, or pink. And it has a 0.5 Jetstream refill in it. So there's that. And then we have my 0.5 Delgard. I don't know why it's not really wanting to focus as much as I would like. Let me back up a little bit. So yeah, it's just a Delgard. If you don't know about a Delgard, this is the Type LX, right? I think it's the Type LX. I think. It has an eraser that comes out. I think the normal one is different. I may be wrong. And then the Delgard just kind of... Owie. Do I have something hard? You can see the lead goes back in. So if you write really heavy-handed like I do, this is perfect. It really helps keep the lead from breaking, because it actually, the lead goes in if you apply a bunch of pressure, and even if you go side to side, the pencil moves with you. So it's amazing if you write heavy-handed. Like, you really have to try to break the lead in a Delgard. Next up is my tactile turn bolt. When I got it, it was called the glider. Now it would be the standard length bolt action. I do have an engraving, so let me just cover that up. I did end up buying the Damascus later on. I do still have the normal bolt, but I added the Damascus later on just because it looks nice. And the newer ones have a flat top, but this one has rounded since it's a little bit older. I got it like just before they upgraded to the newer version. This is from 2019. So pretty nice. Let's go ahead and move on to the next version. Okay, so up next is a more typical everyday carry, I would expect to use this on a more normal basis. The first one would be like I'm going on a quick day trip and I just bring those with me just in case I'll need some pens or a pencil. Or if I'm going to the store, I can just easily throw that into a bag, no problem. This is more going on a weekend trip or school, work, that kind of thing. This is what I would take. This is my more normal carry. So first is, you gotta have a knife. I just recently got this knife and the one I showed you before, but I absolutely love them. So a Spyderco Tenacious Lightweight. I already got some goo on the blade because I was taking some foam out of a old Pelican case and it was fighting me. So use this bad boy. Love it. And then this is the Lehit Labs Smart Fit. Pretty thin. And I love the way it looks. And this is what you're presented with. So over in these little pockets, I have a block. I will also carry the Air Touch as well. Not all the times, but sometimes. So I've been using this Arch or Arc foam eraser. If I'm not carrying this, it's gonna be the Mono from Daiso. I love this. I actually love this more than the Tombow one, which I do have that. Let me get it. So this is the Tombow Mono. I actually prefer the cheap Daiso one better. So I usually carry either the Arch or the Daiso, just kind of whatever I'm feeling. They're both really good. But this one's actually like my favorite block eraser. But I've just been kind of working my way through this one. Then we have that same Delgard lead. This is a ruler that came in like a planner I had a long time ago. And it like had these tabs so you could clip it into the planner, but I just cut those off, but it was still kind of sharp. So I just covered it in washi tape a very long time ago and it's still sticking on. So I just use that as like a straight edge. And then I never really put anything in these pockets unless it's like flat, like tabs or something. And then this is where I finally start carrying a fountain pen. Sometimes if I know I'm gonna be wanting a fountain pen, I'll put the Muji aluminum in this case. But that is the first thing. Go ahead and put you back down. Okay, so we have the Muji aluminum. This is just a great everyday carry pen because it's so like thin and it's made out of metal, so I know it'll hold up. If I wasn't taking this, it would be the Pilot Metropolitan because it's metal as well. But it's a bit fatter, so I've actually been really loving the Muji aluminum lately. And then we have the same Delgard and the same tactile turn. I'm not going to take that out because I don't want to cover my engraving again. And the same Parker Jotter. Then we have a Sarasa clip, which I also have a Sarasa refill, or Sarasa, however you want to say it, refill in the tactile turn. It's a 0.7 dry refill. This is just a clip, black, 0.4. And then we have the Rotring 600 0.5 millimeter. I think I'm using the Delgard, or it might be Ein. Yeah, it's my Delgard lead. I think that's the only 0.5 HB lead I have. So just a nice drafting pencil. So that's it for the typical carry. Let's go ahead and move on to the big chungus. Alright, are you ready for the big chungus? Here it is. Let's raise you up a little bit. So this is another Lee Hit Labs case. I got it from a former friend for my birthday or Christmas or something. It's a big chungus though, so I don't use it every day, just for like long trips where I know I'm gonna be doing a lot of journaling or writing or something like that. So like, let's say I was going on vacation for a couple weeks or something and I knew I was gonna need to be doing schoolwork, that kind of situation. You know, of course, all of these three carries are very situational and I just kind of go with what I feel I'll need, but I'm just giving you examples of when I would take it. So that's when I would take this big guy. I don't bring it very often. I used to use it a lot more when I did a lot more like a bullet journaling and journaling in general. This got brought along too much, honestly, because it takes up a lot of room. But now that I don't do that so much, I have pared down quite a bit. So in the front, these two pockets, I have the small knife again, just because it fits so well in here. Then I have a Gerber dime, because it's hard to open it. You're in my way. Dang, it's usually not that difficult. But it has pliers, which is a big deal. These have come in clutch way more times than I can count, way more times than I expected. I use it for a lot of stuff, including pen stuff. We don't need to get into the details. It's never pretty when you gotta bring out the pliers for pens, but very useful. None of this is sponsored, by the way, but I will leave links if anyone's interested. Then I just have some lactose pills. They're still in date for a couple more years. And let's open it. Alrighty, so over here we have the same things as the last carry, including a Pilot Metropolitan, because it is inked with Atramentis Archive, or Atramentis. I still don't know how to pronounce it. I think Atramentis, and then the Muji has Pelikan 4001 Brilliant Black. So same things. Add the Metropolitan, and then my field notes, and then over here we have the same erasers and lead, and then my backup wallet, because I do have like a MagSafe wallet that goes on the back of my phone that holds 2 cards, and then all the other cards just go in here. And this is where all the magic is. So we have 3 highlighters. I know I could use mild liners, but I really love these Clearview highlighters. Those little windows are so helpful to me. If mild liner made highlighters that did that, I would use them a lot more. I mean, I do have some and I love them, but I would love them more if there was a window. Then I have this ruler that is also a protractor and extends. So it's really useful for when you need a really long straight edge. Then I have these little guys. So there's a sticky side on both sides. Let me open it. So what you can do with this is, let's say you're taking notes on a piece of paper, and then your teacher gives you a handout that goes along with it. You can just put these stickers, I usually use about 2, put one side of it on your notes and the other side of it on the teacher's handout, so that way they like stick together and you can fold them up together. I haven't used a ton of them. I've used 1, 2, 3, 4 it looks like, but super useful when you do need them. And better than staples because it takes up less room and whatnot. And it also has its own little trash can, which is so nice. This is going to be difficult to close one-handed. Give me a second. Next up we have some, I believe these are bronze book darts. There used to be a lot more on here, but I've been using them. and you can already see where my fingers have touched them in the past. So I have one that I'm using in my school notebook. I'm hoping at the end of the school year it'll have a nice patina on it. Then I believe this is the last thing. I also use this for school, and it's just these tiny little tabs. So let me get my school notebook. So I just use them up here. So right now there are 2 classes in the notebook. So I just use that to distinguish where a class begins. So if we go to this second tab, we are here in the fundamentals of information security. So yeah, I just like that because it doesn't stick out too much. Yeah, that's it. That's my carry. If you guys have any questions, let me know and I'll answer them as soon as possible. Thanks for watching.